challenge that I am trying out for the next few days, next few weeks. We'll see how long it goes. Welcome. Today we're talking about AI, Instagram marketing, and social media strategy, specifically with a focus on Instagram. And I'm not going to be here alone. Today I'm going to be joined by a special guest joining me today on YouTube Live. Juan from IG.Creator Academy will be joining us in a couple of moments. So please stand by as we have a special guest. We don't do a lot of guests on this challenge that I've been taking part in, but today we are doing it. And as I said, we are going to be talking about AI, Instagram marketing, and social media strategy. And at the heart of that is going to be AI, pretty much all around everything that we're going to be discussing about. So I have a poll for you guys. You guys know I like to have these polls, these questions ready, because I want to gauge from you. So it should now be on the screen. Question is, how often do you use AI? I want to know from you guys. Go ahead and put it in the poll. If you're watching the replay, go ahead and put it in the comments, as we are now going to be joined by my guest, the one and only Juan. What's going on, Juan?
Hey, how's it going?
It's going good. Welcome. Happy Wednesday. I had to think about it for a moment. It's one of those weeks.
It's always one of those weeks for me.
Yeah. How's everything going on your side of the globe?
Great. It's 9 p.m. here. I just wrapped up work and I'm excited for this live, my first YouTube live ever. So I'm really thankful for you for inviting me.
Well, I'm glad to hear that you are joining for the first time on YouTube Live. I've actually just started this little challenge to myself about this is the second week. I said I'm going to try doing it every day. I do it. I post a YouTube video on Fridays, so I don't go live on Fridays. And I generally
Okay.
don't go live on Sundays. That's like my social media list day, Sunday. So
We all need one day like that.
yeah, we need to keep our mental health in check. But this challenge has been fun and interesting. As you can see, it's different from IG Live. There's a few differences. We have a poll. I'm able to put a
I like
poll
that.
here, and people could actually take part in it. There are some differences I'm still getting used to. Like usually by now with IG Live, you start seeing all the names come in and all of that. You don't get a lot of that here, but I know that we'll have people coming in and out, and hopefully they take part in the conversation today. As I was telling people, the title of today's conversation is AI, Instagram marketing, and social media strategy. And I figured, why not talk about this with Juan, who specializes in all three at IG.Creator Academy on YouTube and Instagram. So if you could take a moment, Juan, to introduce yourself, and we'll get into a couple questions that I have for you.
Absolutely. So my name is Juan. I am from Colombia, but I live in Spain. And I am the founder of IG Creator Academy. I started my business in 2021. Well, I've been doing Instagram related stuff since 2013, but I didn't start my business like real serious business in 2021, where which was the IG Creator Academy, and I started basically to help content creators. At that time, it was mostly influencers and content creators. Now I work with business owners, entrepreneurs, content creators to grow on Instagram. And it was as simple as that: grow and monetize on Instagram. Obviously, my brand and business have evolved over time. And now I do AI marketing mentorships. And I still do Instagram, but I focus mostly on AI for entrepreneurs, business owners to help them optimize their business, save time, and make more money with AI.
Yes, save time, make more money. I don't think anybody would be opposed to those two things at
Right?
all. And you're talking our language in regards to this new key term, this new trending word that I don't think is going to go out of existence for a while, which is AI. Um,
Nope.
it, I mean, AI just hit the market and just ran with it. Not to say that AI wasn't around before. We've had AI implemented in devices and software before the real mainstream got wind of AI and actually got to touch it. And I think maybe we could probably put some of the blame, or I don't know if you want to call it blame or fame, on ChatGPT on how you look at it. But the mainstream, the public really got their first initial touch of AI with ChatGPT. So I want to kind of talk about that, and I want to get your feedback in regards to your thoughts on the introduction of AI, probably like within the last 2 years, maybe. on ChatGPT, on Google, now on Meta AI. And I don't know if you saw what happened this week. Apple finally introduced or even mentioned the word AI, but they had to do it their own Apple way.
Of course.
So I want to hear your thoughts in regards to like this new flux, this new trend that doesn't seem to be dying at any point in time with AI.
It won't. And I love that you mentioned that we've had AI for a while. And I think most people don't realize that tools like Google Translate, Siri, Grammarly, they all use artificial intelligence to basically produce or to work, right?
Yeah,
So we've had it for a while, but it didn't become like a trend until OpenAI released ChatGPT last year. And since then, it's just been like a wave of new AI tools almost coming out every single day. Some are great, some are not so great. But one thing that we have to remember is that AI is still not perfect. And it actually, when you're um, using ChatGPT, there's a little text at the bottom that I'm actually going to pull it up here that says, I actually have it here. I just need to move my phone.
sure.
ChatGPT can make mistakes. Check important info. So they're
Yeah.
reminding you that AI isn't perfect, and you should still fact check things, double check everything, rewrite some stuff. So never 100% rely on AI. But I don't know if that answered your question or not. What was your question?
Well, I was trying to kind of get your gauge in regards to AI, and I think you touched on something that is really important because a lot of people forget that AI isn't perfect. It's if you want to talk about it in the world of technology, it's not even a newborn. Like it's a day old if you want to think about it like that because technology moves so fast. And you kind of stated that with the introduction of OpenAI's ChatGPT, and for those that don't know, OpenAI is the parent company of ChatGPT, and I believe Dali, and I think there's another one as well that they own that's pretty popular. But
The video one, right? Sora.
Sora, yes, which that looks incredible. I haven't got my hands on that one, but that looks incredible.
Incredible. Yeah, I don't think like anyone has access to it. So because
Okay.
I've tried, but I couldn't.
Well, I can't wait to hear what you think about it when you actually get your first hands on with that. But as you kind of stated, with the introduction of OpenAI and ChatGPT and them allowing other companies to utilize their platform, it's just opened the door for everybody to get and utilize, all of these different versions of AI from Canva to even Grammarly, even prior Grammarly was using their own AI, and I think now they probably use some form of Chat GPT as well. And some of these other
Probably.
platforms,
Yeah.
it's just like almost everything just overnight introduce AI. And as you stated, some are great, but some aren't. Now with the introduction of Meta AI, which it's hard to say that it's got any good response from what I've seen.
I think it sucks.
Well, I was going to ask you, what do you think about it? But it looked like you laid it out straight flat. But I want to know, why is it that you feel that way about the Meta's version of their AI solution?
So I tried it. I do have to say that I did not use the best prompts for it.
Mhm.
Um, I just asked a few questions, and it was just giving me like really Googleable information, nothing mind blowing. And I wanted to see if it would be great if Meta's AI tool or AI model would be able to get information from within Meta, right? So I asked it like, what are some trending topics on Instagram right now? It would be great if it could like, I don't know, search the whole Instagram and pull out like trending topics for you to create content around that. I also asked it like, what are some trending audio that everyone wants? Everyone
Mm.
struggles with trending audio. It doesn't have access to that. So to me, like those would be like ideal features that an AI model from Meta should have. Because for the other stuff, I just use ChatGPT, right? And I think
Yeah.
that's the case with most people. I did not, as I said before, I did not use like great prompts with the questions that I was asking. I need to try it again and see if with better prompts it gives me better results, which I guess it will. But for the purposes that I wanted to use it, it just didn't work.
Okay, and that's a fair response to that because you've tried it, you use your prompts, whether you say they were perfect prompts or even kind of generalized. We would expect more from a platform as big as Meta, and it's
Mm.
it's been very lackluster from the way that they introduced it, the way that it performs. Unfortunately, a lot of people just don't like it simply just as is, and you know, they're trying to do their own thing. From my understanding, and please correct me if I'm wrong, they don't use ChatGPT, correct? They're using their own
Their
model
own language
language.
model. Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's interesting because on the other side of that, it seems like Apple has chosen an interesting path. Recently, this week, they introduced, for years they've been avoiding saying the word AI, and when they finally say it, now they say it's Apple Intelligence, which, touche to them on that in regards to branding. Very well done. But now that they're using the term AI, which is as they refer to it, Apple Intelligence, they're doing it in a different way. And I want to know what your thoughts is because they're giving the user both ways where you could use their own language model, which is built in on the device, as well as when it doesn't, or I should say, when it doesn't have the capabilities of answering from just the device powered, it goes to their own private servers. Or you can ask prompts and questions from Siri, such as an example, and you can use ChatGPT, but you have to give it permission per
Hmm.
request. What do you think about that actual practice? Now that you kind of have you present in two different forms, but ChatGPT is there, but you got to ask permission. How do you feel about that when they announced it?
I think it was about time that they finally updated Siri because Siri sucks. Like Siri is really, really bad. And if we think about similar tools like Alexa, for example, Alexa is way more intelligent than Siri. Like
Yeah.
seriously, right? So I think it was a great move from Apple, but it sucks that it's only going to be available for people who have 15 iPhones 15
Mhm.
Pro Max because that like reduces the number of people that are going to be using it drastically. I'm an Apple user and I have a 14 Pro Max and I'm really happy with it. I don't have any plans on upgrading anytime soon. But this kind of sucks because I was, it's like, well, I'm kind of like being forced to upgrade
Yeah.
my MacBook Pro, which still works perfectly fine, but it has the old chip and then my iPhone. So it's kind of like a good but a dick move at the same time. But that's how Apple has always been, right?
Yeah, they're about that dollar, their bottom line. They gotta be concerned about that. And if they didn't do that, like immediately everybody would just update the operating system and have AI on their devices, even if it was like as old as my mom has like an iPhone SE, the first one, and even she would get it at that point. So they know what they're doing. They're the world's most valuable company for a reason. So they're gonna play their card in regards to that and try to make us update. And I have to say, from that presentation, in regards to what they showed, I'm very happy that they updated Siri and some of the other examples in regards to using AI on the device and even that
Yeah.
ChatGPT part. I really think they came about it in a really smart and strategic way because they can still play that card of being secure.
Yeah.
And that was one of the biggest questions. If you are going to give ChatGPT all access, you can no longer claim being one of the most secure devices and operating systems. So they played their
True.
cards really, really well. For those that are watching the replay or you're watching live, once again, this is a conversation about AI, Instagram marketing, and social media strategy with my good friend Juan from IG.Creator Academy. We're going to get into a couple more questions right now. We do have a poll on the screen. I see a couple people have responded. The question was, how often do you use AI? So far, 50% said daily. The other half said often. I'm just glad nobody said rarely or never. I always got to give those options because you never know. But AI seems to be slowly adopting into the mainstream, the public, and we're using it sometimes even when we don't know. So it's good to see
Yeah.
a lot more people are using it on some form of routine throughout their day. Now, I want to ask you about your use of AI, particularly how has AI influenced and affected you creating your own social media strategy? Like, do you depend entirely on AI, or is it just like a coworker, is an employee helping you put it together?
It's a marketing assistant, and I use it daily. But when it comes to content creation, and I have to be completely honest, lately I have not been on top of my content game. Like I usually plan in advance, I batch, and I have like at least 1 week of content ready in advance. But lately, I've been focusing on other things. I've been building offers. So for all those aspects of my business, like building offers, launching emails, blogs, I use AI all the time. But for Instagram content, I'm just posting as like on the go. Like
Mm.
I wake up, I have this idea, I post it just because I haven't planned it, and I kind of like that flow. I feel it feels way more natural and just in the past, if I had a great idea, I had to wait like 1 week to post it because I right. So I'm kind of like testing this I'm in this new era of like just posting as ideas come, and I like that. I know that not everyone can sustain that because not everyone has the ability to create content as easy. And so I do believe that tools like ChatGPT are a game changer for people that are not content creators and that need help with content. So for content creation for my main channel, which is Instagram, I haven't been using so much of a ChatGPT, and then for the rest of the stuff, I do use it all the time. Now I do have to say that so I have two accounts.
I
My
was
main
gonna
account
say
is
that. Yeah.
my main account is IG Creator Academy, and this is where I'm like posting just whatever comes to my mind that day. But for my other account, the AI Creator Academy, I do create everything with ChatGPT. Everything, everything, everything. I built that account with ChatGPT, and all the hooks that I create, the captions are all ChatGPT generated. Of course, I have like a specific structure that I use, so it's not like the typical ChatGPT generated caption. But that account is growing really fast, and it's really I've been able to sustain it posting 3 times per day because everything is generated with ChatGPT, and
Wow.
I'm posting very simple, reels and simple content that is just makes it sustainable. So with that account, I'm still not planning, so I actually create the 3 posts on that specific day, but I'm spending 34 minutes per day on average, on that account. So imagine all the time that ChatGPT saves me by while posting 3 times per day. So I wanted to make that differentiation because with my main account, I'm just posting as on the go.
First off, that is an incredible feat alone to be posting 3 a day. But mind you, you have 2 accounts that you are active on Instagram. That's a true hustle right there, and kudos to you on that. And now if I remember correctly, your AI account, you started, I wanna say at the top of the year? Was it the top of the year you started it?
28th of February.
Okay. Wow, and it's really been growing. I've been following up with it as well, and I gotta say, I gotta give you a good shout out too. Like your broadcast channel, when you share a lot about the prompts as well, kudos to you on that. You are very active on that. I know you might have like those times where you're traveling or something comes up, but for the most part, you are very active on your broadcast channel, and it's quite rare. I enjoy broadcast channels, and you're one of the very few that is as active like that. So kudos to you on that as well. If
Thank
you
you.
guys
I
are
actually
interested.
haven't posted in the last 2 days, and I'm like, shit. I'm like falling behind with it. But it's like the broadcast channel. Then you need like I'm always on
There's a
my
lot.
DMs. Then like posting content, then emails, and like calls with clients. It's just like there's a lot. There's a lot
Yeah,
of things that you can't automate with AI yet.
yeah, it's
Right.
coming. It'll be there eventually where it's like your complete 100% virtual assistant. But no, that's great, and I'm glad to hear that those accounts are working for you. I know you were using the AI account kind of like to test to see how it works completely, and you're saying like you're doing 3 posts with just over 30 minutes a day. That is really well done. Guys, if you are watching, if you want to get a little bit more information in regards to how Juan is doing that, please go ahead and follow his Instagram channel at both of them. Go ahead and follow both IG.Creator Academy as well as AI.Creator Academy. And you're going to get a lot of great information from Juan, all about AI and content strategy in regards to social media strategy and more. So make sure you check that out and follow him on YouTube as well. I know you got your YouTube channel going as well. You're active with that
Yes.
too. I'm
Yes, I'm
glad that we were.
actually very consistent with you. And I do have like 3 videos that where I talk about my experience with this new account and using AI, and I share all my strategies there as well. So those have been my highest viewed videos up to now.
That's awesome. AI is going to be a trending topic, and whenever you get an opportunity to talk about it, you're going to get some eyeballs. You're going to get some people listening because, as much as it's trending, people are still discovering how to use it, what it can do for you, and the easier that it gets adopted into our devices now, like what Apple has done. Google did it about a week or two prior to them with their program as well with Gemini.
Yeah,
It's going to become the norm. Like
yeah,
'cause I'm looking at people nowadays when they're like, "Oh, what is this AI thing?" And it reminds me of the days when the internet came out. I'm showing my age here now, but when the internet came out, like people were a little bit scared. Like, what is this
yeah,
thing? Is it going through me when we're talking about like Wi-Fi and the waves? Like, it
yeah,
brought up a
yeah, yeah, yeah,
lot of
yeah,
concern. But I think AI has a lot of, and I believe I heard you say this as well. Like, it's a tool that you utilize. It's not there to replace you, which a lot of people had a fear of. It's a tool, and how you use it can make your life easier. So
yep.
it'll help you save time, help you save energy, so that you can put those things elsewhere. Um, yeah, definitely. I have one more question for you as we're talking about AI. I want to wrap up with if you could tell me some of your favorite AI tools that you utilize. I know that you're a very strong supporter of ChatGPT, but I'm a little bit curious if there's anything else that you utilize in regards to creating your content as well as your social media strategy.
Yep. So last week when ChatGPT was down, I went on to my backup tool, which is Claude 3. I really
Mhm.
like Claude 3 for content creation as well. And the free version is just sounds way more human than ChatGPT in many ways. So Claude 3 is definitely one to check out. I like Gemini for research because it has access to Google. So unlike ChatGPT or Claude, you can extract data from Google. So that helps for keyword research, for competitive analysis. If you're doing like market research, so Gemini is great for that. I use for Instagram. What else do I use?
I know it's not
No, that's
Meta.
definitely not. For YouTube, I use Opus Clip to take
Ooh.
my long form content and break it down into short form video. So I love that one, and I also use Tube Buddy that helps you come up with like titles and analyzes your thumbnails, uh, just keyword research as well. So it's really good for that. And what else? What other tools? And I'm always testing new ones that I find, but honestly, most of the things can be done with ChatGPT Plus. So yeah, that's my number one, and I try to keep all my work there. Now with the memory features now is even better because you can like extract information from other chats. It's just getting better and
Ah.
better.
Well, that's good to hear. And I like some of those tools that you mentioned. It's funny because you mentioned Opus Clips. I have not used it yet, but it's on my list to try either this week or next week for those exact purposes. Particularly as I'm now doing these live challenges, I'm really interested to see how it would take a live like this and split it up and find those, hard hitting points that it might find a little bit more trending. I'm really interested to see that. Um, and you mentioned another one, not Opus Clip.
Claude, Claude 3.
Claude. Yeah, I heard of Claude before, but I haven't seen too many people talk about that.
It's
Um,
really good. Definitely check it out.
okay, and that's with a K, right? KL?
No, it's like Claudia, but Claude, or
Oh,
like
okay.
CLAUDE 3. And then there's the Microsoft one, which is Microsoft Copilot, which
Yeah,
is also really good for image generation, and it also has access to the internet. So
awesome.
I actually did like I was testing it the other day, and I think I asked like act as an Instagram strategist and gave me like five tips to grow or something like that. And what I liked about Microsoft Copilot is that it lists the sources at the bottom, and
Really?
one of the sources was my own blog. So I was like, yay,
Now you know you made it when AI
I
is
made it.
referring you. That's awesome. I like that. Well, I'm really glad to hear that. You've brought a lot of great information and insight in regards to AI. I usually go to your page. I know there's a lot of people talking about AI right now, but you're one of the few that I definitely trust in regards to the latest on AI, as well as, like I said, that broadcast channel that you keep updating. It's a great place, I feel like, for people that aren't too familiar with AI to like really get jumped into it and start to see how you actually work with prompts and what a prompt could actually do. Like not just that one line prompt, but you like really give a detailed prompt that really gives you some really great results. So keep doing that. I'm loving the effort that I see. For those of you that are in here, once again, if you're watching the replay or you're watching live, make sure that you subscribe to Juan's channel on Instagram and YouTube for more information on AI, content strategy, and social media strategy as well. Juan, I'm glad that you were here to join me today. We're kind of at the end of our live. Are you? I keep getting mixed up. I'm so used to Instagram live, so it's like
I
it's
know,
always
I
on the
know.
tip of my tongue. I'm like, nope, this is YouTube. This is YouTube. But it was a pleasure having you on my YouTube live as a part of my daily
Thank you.
series.
Thank you
You
for
should
having
try,
me.
and I hope that you give our YouTube live a try as well at some point in time. There are some really interesting features. One of the things is I'm watching it on my desktop as well, and it's pretty
Oh,
cool because you can
really?
see they call it Live Studio, and I could see not only us, so it's a few seconds delay, but it gives you the analytics. So I know like how many people are here, the average view duration, chat rate. I mean, mind you, we're
Oh,
not
wow.
full transparency. We don't have a lot of people yet because not a lot of people are watching the lives just yet. A lot more people watch the replay. But this is I need this on IG Live. this I need this on IG
They
Live.
need to improve Instagram Lives already. They've been working on so many features, and I feel like they just forgot about Lives, which is one of the most powerful tools.
I completely agree. You know that that's my favorite form on Instagram, my favorite content
Yeah,
format. So
yeah.
I'm hoping that they do improve, but I'm not gonna lie. I just put out a post this week that said I'm cheating on Instagram, and it's because of YouTube. But anyway, once again, thank you so much for joining me. I think I told everybody where they could find you. If you want to have any last minute plugs before we sign off,
No, just go to on Instagram, ig.creator academy or ai.creator academy, and you'll find different ways in which you can work with me, and everything from one-on-one coaching to mini courses. I have an AI guide as well, so everything you need to like leverage your AI knowledge, you'll find it there.
nice, welcome. So, guys, make sure you guys do that. I always forget. It's a shame to do this at the end. I always forget because I don't know where it is. But there's a subscribe button somewhere on this screen. Hit the subscribe button also to my channel as well. I'm still trying to
Yes,
grow on YouTube and
you're
be
doing
omni
great.
channel. I'm trying. I'm really trying. But yeah, we're gonna make it happen. This is a new year. I'm
Yeah,
halfway
yeah.
there, and my goal is to hit 10K. I'm almost there, but on both
Oh, wow.
platforms. On both platforms.
Okay,
So we'll
okay,
see.
okay.
We'll
Nice.
see. Anyway, thank you so much, Juan, for joining me today. I really do
A
appreciate it.
pleasure.
I'll
See you
catch you
soon.
again maybe on the next IG Live.
For sure. Bye bye.
All right, later. Bye, guys.